So this false pastor, Rick Wiles, I'm sure people have heard of him. I just listened to him rant on about the racist Jews and he can't stand racism. Listen, jag off. Okay, so see, I'm not a pastor. I know I have an edge to me. And see, this stuff, it's like, you're an asshole. Like, sometimes the swear words are necessary to really deliver the impact. I never claimed to be a saint, okay? But this asshole, I'm stating the truth. I know that God would agree. Seriously. This is what I mean. Do you realize how many false churches we have? It's not just the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is the beginning of many. God has a plan here. He does. This hurts my soul to listen to these assholes. Like that part of me just wants to rip them to shreds. Well, I do verbally. Because they know nothing. They're stupid. They're soulless. And this is a pastor pushing propaganda. The Jews are not, it's the Hamas that's the problem. But this is a very coordinated event, and it's caused me some anxiety, and then I just have to turn to God. And God has a plan. Because I'm like, what's going to be the end outcome to this? Because believe me, they have an end outcome. So this is why I've told people, do not get played. Don't get played. If you want the game to stop, see, all of these people, they activated around the same time, all these cells, these American cells. They activated at the same time to start going after this, to go down this Jew path, the Jew hate path. And it looks on the surface like a ton of Americans are on board with this bullshit, but I'm not so sure about that, because it's hard to tell in this technological age what's not a bot and what is. I'm almost certain that the majority of Candace's followers are bots. She literally said today she doesn't care if people hate her as long as, it's getting out there. So they've just been sleeper cells that were activated. And again, what are they at? They are just the same thing that's carried over. This is not about racism. This is not about Jew bankers. This is not about the Jewish people controlling the world. That's a bunch of bullshit. These people, this is a group of people that have been persecuted more than anybody. I think the only other person is Jesus. That's one of the things they love to go after the Jews for too. You killed Jesus. Yeah. So that group, that Catholic group called the frontmen back in the 30s or 40s, they were a Nazi Catholic group. Yep. Nazi Catholic. But see, I think they were more a leftist group they claimed right, that they were far right radicals protecting us from communism and Jews. Yeah, no, that sounds more left. That's claiming to be right. But that said, yeah, so they totally got off, and they had violence planned. They got off because, well, they knew somebody on the jury, and nobody could believe that the Catholic organization, even though the organization itself was behind it. So this has been at play for a long time, and these people just hate the Jews, and they just want to finish what Hitler started. Of course, they can't say that, although at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. So God's letting them go, again, because God's consistent. See, the Jews are back in their homeland, and they're not going anywhere. I guarantee you they're not going anywhere. No matter what these people do, they're not going anywhere. But it is prophecy that the whole world will come up against them. And when they try to, it will be a divine intervention, meaning God, like we put them there, just like God in the Bible. He uses nations and people. Every single time he's put the Jews back in their homeland, it's always been using nations and leaders and people. Always. Just like that's why, that's what America was raised up for. So, but in the final act, when they all try to go after them, like you see happening right now, there becomes a divine intervention where God himself steps in. That's what prophecy says. So good luck, asshole. Good luck to all of them. So I think it's almost like, maybe God is silencing MAGA right now, because this is what God wants everyone to see before he crushes it.